It seems like every week there's a new electric pit bike on the market, but this one is different. This is the Hiknight GTX1. Okay, so the first thing you see once you take all this off is the bike in total. And what's weird to me is I thought there used to be a metal cage because I was watching some other reviews, but it seems like there's not anymore, which is really nice to me. And the packaging came in one piece and it was very good, not damaged at all. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get this on the stand before we do anything else because I think it'll make it easier. Okay, so we got it out of the box and it looks like we're gonna have to put the handlebars, the front wheel, the shock, and some other small things on, so got a little box right here. Toolkit, it's always nice to see a bike come included with a toolkit. Handlebar assembly, peg, and lastly charger. Fender. The bike comes with a bright integrated headlight, a thick 12-inch rear moto tire, and a 14-inch thick front tire. It comes with a very adjustable screen with settings including mode, voltage, miles, battery, and more. It comes with a full aluminum frame. And this is how you take the battery out. The battery is a 48 volt, 20.8 amp hour battery. It comes with very cushy rear shock as long as a cushy front fork. For size test, I'm 5'8", and this is me on it. Alright guys, so today we're going to be reviewing the Hiknight GTX1 with a couple friends on some really nice and crazy trails. So first thing I noticed when I first rode this was the suspension is really soft, so it's good for like neighborhood riding, some light trail riding, some of that. I wouldn't take it to like big jumps because you'll just bottom the suspension out, but whatever. The brakes are like Tuttio brakes, so they're really good. They're moto brakes, good stopping power. The bars are kind of small, but the throttle is really nice, snappy, way better than Tuttio and those other throttles. So I definitely like that. Key ignition is in the middle, which is nice. But yeah, this thing handles really good off-road. You guys are about to see we're gonna go to some crazy trails. My battery is not full because I forgot my mic, so we had to go back and grab it. This thing climbs hills like nothing. insane. Alright, so we're in mode 2 right now. We're gonna climb this steep hill. Might not look that steep in the camera, but it is very steep, so let's see. Climbed it yesterday, no problem. I don't know, I'm not full battery right now, so it might be a little more difficult, but it's okay. We're gonna make it up somehow. The torque on this is insane. Alright, here's the trail. Yeah. It's handling really good already. Hit a jump, another jump. Oh. Jump, another jump, berm. Suspension's handling really good right now. This thing gets up to that top speed so easily. Oh. Yeah, so this trail goes like all the way up the mountain and then around it down, and there's some crazy downhills. So keep watching it. This bike is handling so good. It's so smooth. That's the one thing I noticed about it, like right at the beginning. It's just so smooth. It's a pretty steep climb too, and it's handling really nice. Hit this. Ooh. So smooth. Suspension with the knobbies and just the overall smoothness of this is crazy. And we're cruising. We are cruising. Woo. All right. Cruising down it, jump, oh my God. But the knobbies carry. I gotta slow down, Woo! The brakes are helping though, a lot. And it has brake regen, forgot to mention that. Throttle is so smooth. Rocky, but the suspension soaks everything up. I mean, this bike is so fun, even though it's small. The seat height is definitely smaller, but you got more leg room. And it's a really fun bike to ride. I like this bike trail riding than my other ones. Like, it's just way smoother and it handles way better. Like, on a bigger bike, you can't cruise like this. I mean, small trails, doesn't matter. Because this bike is small and nimble. Whew. Holy crap. Yeah, so the insane downhill is at the top of this. Not really excited for it, but it'll be fun. Overall, like, a really good bike. Like, I'm definitely going to be riding this a lot on these trails because, in my opinion, it performs way better than my other bikes in the dirt and jumps and stuff. Just get a little suspension upgrade on it. Oh, here's the downhill. Oh, shoot. I just hit the motor. Oh, there's a bash guard, I think. Never mind. My hands. I know, same. Light work. Oh my God. Woo. Even on knobbies, it's good for wheeling, bro. Oh, nice. He can do every combo. This thing sounds so nice. And it goes fast. Cruising. I got no goggles. The handling on this is so nice. Alright guys, now that we're done reviewing the Hiknight GTX1, I'm going to go over some of the secrets that not a lot of people know about this bike, and I'm kind of just going to do a quick overview. So starting up top, we have a magnetic kill switch, so if you crash, you can just take this off and the bike won't throttle. Kind of a nice safety feature. Coming down to the motor, it's a 3,000 watt motor, direct drive. So power is getting distributed from the motor directly to the back end. The motor also has a cooling technology, so the motor doesn't overheat. So now the top three things I liked about this bike, starting off with number one, is the motor. It's really torquey and it gets up to a top speed of around 40 miles per hour with insane torque. Number two is the key ignition being straight in the middle of the bike. Your knees aren't bumping it up here or anywhere else on the bars, just down here. Number three is the handling and the geometry. It handled really nicely, it takes corners and turns really nicely. Just the overall feel of the bike feels really nice. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'll link this bike down in the description, as long as my discount code that you can get a lot of money off will also be down in the description. So go ahead and pick one of these up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.